Hey, Kevin McDonald here. Hope you're having a great day. Let's just want to go over the Met real estate update for February. Let's dive in real quick. Let's go over the numbers. February was a little bit better month than January. We had three new listings come out in the complex, which is the same as January. We had 3 units go into escrow this month, which was much better than January since we had zero. And for the second consecutive month, we had 0 units in 0 units close escrow. So the last sale was a unit I sold in December that was a 2-bedroom freeway unit. So hopefully, one of these 3 units that's in escrow closes so we can kind of see what they go for. And seeing what something closed will kind of give us a better sense of what a buyer is willing to pay for something and what a seller is willing to, take for the property. So what's going on in the market right now? Let's go over some stats. The mortgage rate increase has really affected the condo townhouse world more than it has like the SFR house market. So for example, like year over year, Woodland Hills houses or number of sales are down 35% compared to this time last year, whereas Woodland Hills condos and stuff, we're down 75% year over year. So for example, for right now, we have 7 units sold for Woodland Hills condos year to date, and this same time period last year we had 27. So pretty crazy that the discrepancy is so large, compared to from houses to condos. But I mean, it makes sense. I mean, the with the rates where they are, it's a 30% decrease in buyer affordability compared to last year. So for example, like if your target budget payment that you want to pay for a property per month for your mortgage is $3,000, last year at 3.5% interest, you could afford right around 670K. Whereas now you're looking in the 480K is what you can afford, in terms of like mortgage loan amount. So like huge change. So the market's kind of in a spot where a buyer knows like, okay, like my affordability is down. I'm gonna have to pay more per month if I want to get something, and so the buyers are trying to figure out like what's worth it for me? How much more do I want to go? And tying this back to Woodland Hills, like this is causing a lot of buyers to maybe expand their search to other areas where you can get more space for your dollar. Just because if I'm spending more, that means I might have to be here longer. So I better buy a place that is larger for me and can, suit my needs now and possibly in the future, if I'm going to start a family or whatever. So, that's weighing heavily in the minds of many buyers and sellers as well. Pricing wise, though, I mean, from what's closed, we're not seeing a huge drop in pricing. So, like, you're not seeing a townhouse that sold for 800 last year. These guys aren't going for 700 right now. Like, the pricing is held pretty steady. In the whole San Fernando Valley, the median sales price of a property is only $5,000 off than what it was, this time last year. So I mean, the pricing is there. I mean, it's still close. I mean, even some of the townhouses that have closed recently, they've sold, within a couple percentage points of what they were selling for last year. So the pricing is there. It's just the number of sales is down. So I think it's hard to say what to do. I mean, I have clients asking me like, "Hey, Kevin, I'm moving out. What do I do with this place? Do I sell it? Do I rent it?" And it's a hard question to answer. It just really depends on your situation and your needs. If you've held the place a long time, you have a you probably have a good cash flow renting, then probably makes sense to rent. If you're up to being a landlord and all that takes to be a landlord, or if you want to buy a new place where you're going and you need the money, the equity for your down payment, then you kind of know what you need to do. But it's hard to say. In terms of renting, I've had good months and I've had terrible months where I'm thinking like, why am I doing this still? I had a couple consecutive months on a rental that, like, we had a toilet leak, we had an upstairs leak, we had an electrical issue, month after month after month, and it's just, having to deal with the tenants and getting a repair person in and them complaining, and it's never fun. And then, then you have those you go 3 or 4 months with rent paid on time, everything's good, you're like, I like this gig. And then, sometimes, I've had clients who come to me and said they rented and they got a bad tenant, and they had to evict them, and it was 3 to 6 months of no rent payment. So a lot of things to consider if you should rent or sell. But we're here to help if you'd like to discuss that. I'm still optimistic about the future of the Met. It's still a great investment opportunity, and there's a lot of optimism with the Rams and the Warner Center plan and stuff. So it's just market's going through a change. I mean, these rates have gone up a lot, and I think buyers and sellers are still trying to figure out what to do and what's going on. So it'll be interesting to see what some of these other units start selling for as we go into the year. Just needing more inventory in general, because I'm still getting calls from people who want to live in Woodland Hills. I have one client who wants to live only in Woodland Hills. Like we've showed him other places, and he's like, no, I just want to be here. I have calls from people who are looking for 1-bedrooms in Woodland Hills. So just the price segments are also kind of hot or cold. So the under 400K stuff is still pretty hot. The townhouses and houses, 800 to 1.5, still hot. It's just that stuff in the middle. If you're a smaller townhouse or a smaller condo and you're in between 5 and 700,000, it's a little bit slower. So the market will sort itself out eventually. So let's just keep an eye on things, and if you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to reach out to me. Thank you again for watching this, and have a great day. Bye.